Ukraine's military is calling overnight drone strikes on Russia one of the biggest attacks of its kind since the start of the war nearly 3 years ago. Moscow's defense ministry says Kyiv's actions will not go unanswered. It said Ukraine fired at least 146 drones, as well as US-made ATACM missiles and British-made cruise missiles. Russian officials say they shot down all of the missiles fired at the Bryansk region. Well, for more on these developments, we're joined now by Jonah, who is in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Jonah, Ukraine describing this as as one of the largest attacks of its kind. Can you, first of all, just put that into perspective for us?
Well, first of all, Ukraine, its military and its intelligence service now corroborating those claims that have been circulating for hours, largely among Russian military bloggers. You mentioned them. They're talking about this major drone and missile strike at military targets, military infrastructure in a number of Russian cities. Those bloggers also talking about Russia shooting down 200 drones, they said, as well as 6 US-made ATACMS ballistic missiles and 6 British-made Storm Shadow missiles. The Ukrainians not confirming those particular details, but the general military staff saying, as you said, that this is the most massive attack, their words, since the beginning of the war inside Russian territory. A number of cities targeted, infrastructure targets within them, ranging from between 200 and 1,100 kilometers deep inside Russian territory. The intelligence service saying that chemical plants were hit, refineries were hit, and significantly the Engels air base in the western Saratov region, its ammunition and fuel depots hit. The Engels air base, you may know, is the home to Russia's long-range bombers, the Tu-95 and Tu-160 bombers, responsible for firing quite a lot of the cruise missiles that have for a long time menaced Ukrainian cities and Ukraine's energy infrastructure. So part of this effort obviously aimed at trying to impede Russia's ability to get those planes and their payloads into the air.
As we said, Russia said that this will not go unanswered. What is the likely response from them to be?
Well, to answer that, I think it's worth looking at what Ukraine's purpose in doing this likely is. Less than a week now before Donald Trump takes office next week, Ukraine, I think, will be keen with this kind of an attack deep inside Russian territory to show its Western allies and largely, of course, the United States, its ability, the extent of its ability to use their missiles to hit targets inside Russia, and hopefully to show Donald Trump that that is a cause worth supporting when he enters office. How will Russia, or how may Russia respond? Well, I'll take you back to November the 21st last year. That was just after the very first time Ukraine used its US ATACMS missiles to hit Russian targets inside Russia with its newly minted permission received from the Biden administration. Well, Vladimir Putin responded by warning that Ukraine was escalating this war into what he described as a global conflict. And then on the 21st of November, Russia fired this terrifying weapon, the Oreshnik missile. It's an intermediate range hypersonic ballistic missile capable of carrying a nuclear payload. It didn't in that case. It made a large hole, though, in the city of Dnipro and sparked widespread fears, renewed fears of what may be to come next.
Okay, thank you so much, Jonah. As always, we appreciate you giving us the very latest. Jonah for us in the Kyiv.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.